My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَكُلًّا نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ مَا نُثَبِّتُ بِهِ فُؤَادَكَ وَجَاءَكَ فِي هَذِهِ الْحَقُّ وَمَوْعِظَةٌ وَذِكْرَى لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam and telling him that all of these stories that we have told you about messengers from the past, we tell you these stories to give you firmness in your heart. And in these stories, there is the truth, and there is an admonition, and there is a reminder for the believers. So the purpose that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala narrated a number of stories of many prophets in the Quran is so that we may receive an admonition and a reminder and take lessons from these stories. One of the most relevant of these stories that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has narrated in the Quran is the story of the Prophet Lut alayhi salam. Lut alayhi salam was the nephew of Ibrahim alayhi salam. And as a young child, Lut alayhi salam believed in Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَآمَنَ لَهُ لُوطٌ. Lut alayhi salam believed in Ibrahim alayhi salam. So when Ibrahim alayhi salam made hijrah and he left Babylon to go to Philistine, Lut alayhi salam accompanied him. They migrated together. And Ibrahim alayhi salam ordered Lut alayhi salam to go to the city of Sadum. And this is a city in Philistine on the coast of what is known today as the Dead Sea. And this was a city during that time that was inhabited by a population of approximately 4,000 people. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, he entrusted his nephew Lut alayhi salam with the responsibility to go to the people of Sadum and call them to the right path. So Lut alayhi salam, he fulfills this instruction from Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he goes to the city of Sadum. And when he goes there, he finds that the people of this city, the people of Sadum, they were entrenched in a type of deviance and a sin that no one before them in the history of mankind had ever committed before. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says regarding Lut alayhi salam and what he said to the people of Sadum, وَلُوطًا إِذْ قَالَ لِقَوْمِهِ أَتَأْتُونَ الْفَاحِشَةَ مَا سَبَقَكُمْ بِهَا مِنْ أَحَدٍ مِّنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. And Lut alayhi salam, when he said to his people, do you come to a type of immorality that no one before you in the world has ever committed? So what was this sin that these people invented? It was the sin of men having intimate relations with other men instead of marrying women. And this is a grave sin, and it is a filthy immorality. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described these people with very harsh terms in the Quran. And He combined many adjectives describing these people. He described them in different surahs with different adjectives. And they are described with so many different negative adjectives that there is no other group of people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described with this combination of adjectives. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls the people of Lut, He calls them قَوْمٌ عَادُونَ, people who transgressed. He calls them قَوْمٌ تَجْهَلُونَ, you are people who are ignorant. He called them قَوْمٌ مُسْرِفُونَ, you are people who went past the boundaries that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set. He called them قَوْمٌ مُجْرِمُونَ, that they are evil criminals. He called them قَوْمٌ فَاسِقُونَ, that they are wicked people. قَوْمٌ مُفْسِدُونَ, they are people of corruption. He also described them as الْقَرْيَةِ الَّتِي كَانَتْ تَعْمَلُ الْخَبَائِثِ, the city of people who used to perform filthy actions.